I left Kenya without a Kenyan husband. Like, Kenyan sisters have got their brothers on lockdown. You know, with the Maya and Trudy thing. Oh, my Kenyan boo, my Kenyan boo. Nyamachoma on point.
Welcome to my channel. This is the Bih Takwe.
Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope that you're doing well. My name is Victorine. I am a content creator from Cameroon. Cameroon is Central Africa, geographically West Africa. That's how we find ourselves. Recently I visited Kenya, East Africa. I had the swellest holiday. This video I want to share how I left Kenya. As in, I left Kenya. You know when the Bible says he will come like a thief in the night? I left Kenya like a thief in the night. It was an emotional moment for me. I wasn't ready to leave, but I had to leave like pronto. So you all have watched my last Nairobi vlog. You know, the vlog where when we got back to Nairobi, we went to the market, we bought some things, and then I was showing you guys like Nyayo estate, all of that. So when we came back to the house, I baked like pies because we were having a road trip the next day. We wanted to go to Tanzania by road. That was going to happen the next day. So in my mind, I'm like, okay, since I have this morning in Kenya, I'll do something. I really wanted to go back to the Maasai market. There's some things I wanted to buy. So this is me in the house. Like, I spent all night making the pies because we're not planning to buy like anything on the road. Plus, we did not know what the road from Kenya to Tanzania was like. So we didn't know if we'd find like places where we could stop and eat. That's why we just made the meat pie. I finished working by 11 and midnight. That's a mosquito. Are you serious? And I just picked up, like, this is me just picking up my phone after a long day. I was like, let me check my mail. Ethiopian airline, they'll send messages to you a day before your flight or 2 days before your flight. One, maybe to tell you to check in, because they encourage you to check in online, and when you check in online, you get like 5 kg extra. So I was like, let me check the message from Ethiopian airline and see what they've sent to me. Now, let me just rewind this, okay? When I met with my sisters in Kenya, like my other sister, she had so much to do. She was the one planning all our lodging. She was planning transportation while we were in Kenya. So she had much in her head. And while we were in Watamu, she told me to cancel my flight because she did not want me to travel. It's my first time traveling. So she didn't want me to take a flight to Arusha and then have to wait for them, or maybe they'll get to Arusha before me and have to wait for me. Like, it was going to be exhausting. So in Watamu, she said, cancel your flight. In my head, you know, when you're traveling in Cameroon and let me say you pay like a bus fare, you're going to Tiko or Mutengene, you know, somebody says cancel your fare. If you don't travel, that's automatically canceling your fare. In my mind, not showing up for the flight was canceling the flight. I just sat. I did not contact Ethiopian Airlines. On this day, I picked up my phone. I wanted to read their refund policy, you know, everything about the flight. So I pick up the mail, I check it, I see something, they talk about refunds, they talk about no-show flights. And then I'm like, what is no-show flight? I go to their website, I read what a no-show flight is and the penalties of a no-show flight. A no-show flight is when you have a flight to catch and 1, you don't check in, 2, you don't show up. They consider it a no-show flight if you don't give like a notice, like 48 hours of your flight. That's what I read. So I checked the sanctions and they say for a no-show flight, every other connecting flight is going to be cancelled. Like, the no-show flight has like huge penalties, and if you want to continue a connecting flight, you have to pay penalties before you get into that connecting flight. And I'm like, hey, this is 11 p.m. like, it's almost 12 a.m. it's almost midnight, and I'm just reading this. So my sisters are tired. My sisters are super tired. I just reach out to them. I'm like, hey, yawa, wahala day. That's Nigeria. And I'm just like, hey, mama mia, trouble. And they're like, oh, we thought you cancelled. I'm a grown up. I was supposed to have cancelled. I was supposed to have informed Ethiopian Airlines that I wasn't going to travel. I wasn't going to fly with them, you know, for my next trip. My sister was already up. She was sleeping. The news woke her up, and oh my god, I was really, really sorry for them because we were all tired. I was sorry for myself. Like, Sarah tried to call Ethiopian Airlines. We got some numbers from their website. We're trying to call this airline, at midnight. This is 12. We're trying to call the airline. Even if it's you, are you going to be working at midnight? But since like I told you, Jomo Kenyatta International Airport is a very busy airport. It's my first time experiencing a busy airport like that. So flights are coming in every now and then. I got to Kenya by 1 a.m. and it was like jam-packed, a lot of people. So we were expecting that we would have gotten somebody from the Ethiopian Airways, connect to the phone, and then try to do like a last-minute cancellation or something, or find a solution. We didn't get to anybody in the office. Hey, 1 a.m. I start packing my bag. 1 a.m. I start packing my bag. My elder sister goes out to the guards of the estate and she's like, she needs an Uber at this time or any car that can take somebody to the airport. And they find us a car. I am tired. Like, I have been in the kitchen. I'm baking. I'm tired. I was looking forward to just sleeping. Did I even take a bath? I don't remember. But it was just this quick motion. I got into the car. They took me to the airport. Guys, that is how I left Nairobi. Like a thief in the night, literally like a thief in the night, like this swift. I'm just going to end the story here, but it was super abrupt for me. When I got to Tanzania, I was like, oh, I did not have a lot of Kenya. Like, there's so many things that I really wanted to do. Now let me share with you a couple of things that I wanted to do, but I did not have the time to do them. Okay, do you want to hear those? One point, like under my Kenyan videos, I got like so many beautiful recommendations. And then even before traveling to Kenya, I had like a book. And in this book, I put a list of things that I wanted to do in Kenya, the list of places that I had to see in Kenya because these places were so beautiful. But I did not get the chance to visit those places because we're just up down traveling, so many things to do. It was seriously, it was an overwhelming journey, but I enjoyed every moment. The first thing I wish I had in Kenya was like a lot of time. I'm trying to punish myself like mentally for not doing a lot of things, but then I'm being graceful to myself. Like I imply like grace, and I'm like, no, Vicky, you can't do this to yourself because you didn't have a lot of time in Kenya to meet with all of these goals. Okay, so that just consoles me. Like in my mind, there's a fight going on. Why didn't you do this? And then the good side is saying, hello, give Vicky like grace. She didn't have too much time. And from the things that I had to do that I did not do, it just makes me to know that this list, like, it's just giving me a bucket list. I am coming back to this Kenya, all right, to do these things. So the next thing I wish I did in Kenya that I did not do, I wish I met like more creators. Kenyan creators, they're very simple, humble. I met the channel 77. She's this down-to-earth, lovely girl. We met at the Kenyatta market and we just like, and they are very eloquent. Like, I feel like the interview thing, Kenyans were born to do that kind of thing. They were born to interact with people. Just that moment at the Kenyatta market, and it felt like I'd been seeing her always. And then I met with Larry of the LK show. Oh, he made me, I just felt like I knew him from somewhere. It was like the coolest meeting. It would shock you to know that I am like an introvert. Like, I don't even want to, I don't want any spotlight on me. It's very easy when I'm talking to my camera, but like outside, I really don't want to meet anybody, seriously. But Larry, he just gave me that vibes on vibes, and I'm like, ooh, this is my bro, you know. So I wish that I met more Kenyan creators, you know, to just like create a network and get to know more people. The next thing that I wish I did in Kenya was to see the Mama Ngina Drive. The first thing on my list before leaving my country, as in under Mombasa, every town had things I wanted to do there. So under Mombasa, the first thing, if you check that list, is to check out the Mama Ngina Drive and try some cassava chips, because I watched this guy's YouTube channel and he said don't come to Mombasa without going to the Mama Ngina Drive and tasting this cassava chips. So when I was leaving Cameroon, I was just like, ooh, cassava chips, I want to taste it, you know. But I did not get the time to, and that's very, very sad. Mama Ngina Drive is like this, like, I have no words to explain it. I'll put a picture here so you see. But it's this beautiful palmed. No words. A waterfront is a. You know what, grammar don't fail me, like my words have failed me, but I hope that the picture like expresses everything that you need to know. Definitely Mama Ngina Drive is on my list. The next thing I wanted to do in Kenya that I did not do was visit the Masai Mara. I think this is because my sisters and I planned to visit the Serengeti, and it's like similar, you know, because Serengeti was high on our list in Tanzania. Like, we spent 3 days in the Serengeti. We did not want to do like a Serengeti and do a Masai Mara, so I would want to experience the Masai Mara like some other time when I get to Kenya. There's this other YouTuber that I watch. He visited Masai Mara. I have forgotten his name. I'm glued to his channel. I'll put his channel name here so you check him out. He visited the Masai Mara and shared these hilarious stories, and I'm like, boy, I have to visit the Masai Mara. So that's the next place that I wish I visited, but I did not get the time to. The next thing that I wish I did in Kenya was to try like more street food in Kenya. I tried in Nyamachoma, ugali, kachumbari, and mokimo. You know, I tried that with Larry in the Kenyatta market. Loved the Nyamachoma. Like, ooh, Nyamachoma on point. I loved the kachumbari. Everywhere I went to, there was like a kachumbari thing happening. So it's common with Kenyans. Under this video, if you're watching me and you have any question concerning my trip, I'm going to close my Kenyan series with a live stream. Okay, if you have any questions regarding my travel to Kenya, how long I spent in Kenya, how much I spent in Kenya, you know, just anything you want to know about my trip to Kenya. And okay, just let me know that in the comment section, and during the live stream we are going to answer all of those questions. Why am I forgetting this? I left Kenya without a Kenyan husband. Like, Kenyan sisters have got their brothers on lockdown. Like, hello, don't come close to my brothers. Yeah, you know, to start posting videos like, you know, with the Maya and Trudy thing. Oh, my Kenyan boo, my Kenyan boo, ooh, my Kenyan husband. That would have been super poor. Cameroonian meets Kenyan vibe, you know, just mixing cultures. So I am convinced, in my mind, I'm convinced that my village people are tribalistic, and they connived with Kenyan sisters so that, you know, we should not mingle with Kenyan brothers. That's what is in my mind right now. Okay guys, we have come to the end of this video. I hope that you loved this one. See you all in the next. What is that? I will see you all in the next video. Bye bye.